Well, hello my fellow car maulers. How are you doing today? I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. I appreciate it. What do we got in store for you today? You know, I said in a previous, what do we call these episodes? We came up upon about 3 weeks ago, the year anniversary that we received the key to this house and started moving in. Took us like about a week to get all moved in, or 2 months. It seemed like it took forever. And of course it's middle of summer, so it's 3 million degrees here in Phoenix. So we bought this house, we moved in, and we have been slowly putting together, and then I've done things, you know, we had some issues, and we've been doing some remodeling here and there, and doing some projects on the outside, and then I got sick. It took me out for almost 3 months, and work, it keeps us. So basically, haven't unpacked everything yet. I pretty much had my room set up and things in their place. We're still unpacking, I guess, but you know, there was a whole bunch of boxes that we kind of tucked way over and way over there, the end of the house, kind of in the corner of the house. We got this dining area that we kind of didn't use while we were getting the rest of the house kind of sort of set up. So many times we've changed things. You know what? I tell you what, before I continue on, let's kick the music on. Okay, so we got that out of the way. I know I'm getting to what I'm getting to. We started going through these boxes about 2 weeks ago to get we thought we need to get this area finally arranged, because this area at the end of the house is basically going to be where we have people over, parties, or you know, gatherings. We wanted to get this area, start to get it set up. It's our little social area. Shut up, Aaron. And so we started going through the boxes, and I found more model stuff. Remember the little junkyard I showed you? Well, I have many more of those, and I knew I did because I know there's models I know that I have that were models that I built, and then they, over the years, come disarrayed, disassembled, for whatever reason. They just kind of fall apart over the years, moving, they get smashed. I never get around to getting them, you know, fixed, and they just kind of just end up being the past. I have those models, and I'm trying to actually find some of them. So I knew I had other boxes full of stuff, model stuff, and boy do I. And I'm going to show you, because it might look nice right here. My room is absolute wreckage. I can't even get to my model bench to do anything. I wanted to do a few other videos over the past week, never got to do that. I wanted to put some more out this week. I'm trying to find homes for this stuff. But in the meantime, I thought I'd bring you along with me, because I think I have found a couple more boxes filled with some old built-ups and whatever, junkyard box like we did. So another junkyard find. You know, let's see what we find. I haven't opened them up as of this taping right now. I haven't done it yet. I wanted to do it with you guys. Let's take a look at these things. They're pretty cool, and that's my story of continuing story of the frickin' house. Yeah, so look, you see what I'm saying? Look at this. I brought all this stuff in here. I can't get way over there, way over there. You see, that's my workbench. I can't get to it because all this is in the way, and I got to go through all these. But there was even more. I've gone through some. So, but I know there's some models right in this box, and I think in one of those boxes we might have a couple of models we need to see what's in there. So let's take a look. But I got to get something way over there. I want to show you another model I found that I already put it on the bench. I got a great idea for. I want to show you guys. So let's dig into all this. All right. And this right here, it's not as big, but this right here, this thing, whatever. There's a bunch of built-ups or junkyard models. Let's see what's in there. Okay, so let's just take a look. I haven't looked in here, so we're both going to get surprised. And very dusty because it sat on the shelf. First thing I see, this is actually a dealership promo. It's not a built model, but it's of what is cool. That's nice. I knew I had one of these. I was wondering about it. Yeah, but you can see it's a promo. See the screws right there? But it is, I think somebody painted it. Bought it years ago at a little show, a little swap meet. But what is that? That's a like a 77 or 76. Yeah, oh, 78 says right there. It's a 78 two-door Roadrunner or Monaco. I always like the back of the two-door a lot better than this. This kit got redone. Well, there was first a version of it as a kit. They did a couple versions of it. The new Roadrunner, I think it was, and they did the Force 40 cop car, and then they retooled it all to make into a four-door Monaco, and the whole back got changed. So this is over. It will never come back. But it's being produced as far as the four-door version. That's pretty cool. I'm glad I got that. I'm gonna have to clean that up, man. That's just a good sit on the shelf model. Let's see, we got in here. I don't know if this is a promo or if it is the Johan Oldsmobile. We've talked about this one before when we were talking about Johan, but this is the Johan Oldsmobile 76, 77, 75. Jeez, I'm not too good at this. I need to give up the realm of being the model car guy here. Knows his stuff. I don't know my stuffs, but it's pretty dirty, but I'm going to clean it up. It looks like it's got some pretty decent paint on it. It's gold, but yeah, this is let's see. Yeah, this is probably a built up I bought of that Johan kit. Pretty cool. I like that car a lot. And now one of my models I built a long time ago, got a missing wheel. Hopefully I'll find it. But yeah, I did kind of a road race car here. I think I flared the fenders on the back, and just I believe this was a monogram Firebird. I just got a few missing pieces, but didn't do a lot of crazy stuff to it, but just made it kind of race car-y. Got the protective fuel cell box in the back there, and just made a cool looking little road race car. Torkel chicken. That's pretty cool. And there's just I think this was a built-up at one time. What's left of a built-up is just the chassis from a pro stock car. Oh wow! Ooh, treasures we find. I forgot about this. I'm so glad I looked. Another old built-up I bought years ago, but it is a '64 Chevelle wagon. How cool is that? Alright guys, I know you're going to start hitting the keyboards. None of these are for sale, my friends. These are mine. I bought them for my use. Just showing them to you. Sorry. There's the hood to it, so that's all complete. That's nice. I know some of this stuff is like, ooh, oh yeah. Well, they're, I love sharing them with you, but don't get mad at me. I don't want to sell them. There's that one. Good, I got the tire that's missing from that Firebird, so that's cool. I think those are... No, those aren't stencils. I actually hand painted that. Those are the raised letters, and this is the tires out of the AMT stock cars from years ago. Let's see what else we got in here. Let's see what else. And that's actually not mine. It's just a Chevelle body. It was probably in a collection I bought. Oh, jeez. Here's part of the Chevelle, an axle and wheel from that Chevelle. And that's an old slot car body. That was actually a slot car I did a long time ago, doing a '68 Hemi Dart. That's pretty cool. Slot car track. I used a Terry's Performance Raceway. I put that on there. It was the slot car track. That's pretty cool. It was kind of giving a nod to actually a model I want to do of an actual real '68 Hemi Dart that raced back in the '70s. Ron Mancini, you can still look them up on the internet. They're still doing stuff. What else do we got here? There's a bunch of crazy things, weird stuff, just bodies really. Well, that's the result of a project that I was working on at one time. I cut the whole back end off the little red wagon or whatever that is, that wheel stander, that Dodge utility vehicles, and it was a wheel stander, but it was like a pickup but a van. And I'll show you a picture right here. Right somewhere in here. I'll show you a picture of why I had this cut off. And we've got sitting in here, oh, there's a roll cage. Oh, that's a roll cage from that chassis that I pulled out, the Pro Stock chassis. That's actually useful. This was a really cool car. I really loved it when I was building it. Had fun with it. Kind of did a play on words there. The name's called Rat Sass. I'm not swearing, people, but I did the rats with the SS because it's an SS, and it's Rats Sass. See that? Rats Sass. Come on. So anyways, it was really cool. I did a cool, like, if you can see through the dust, this was a very nice black paint job, and I did a fogging of, I think I used Tester's Stoplight Red to fog around. What was first put down was their amber, and pretty cool, you know, kind of candy metallic colors, and it was over a silver. Had a really cool look. There's a thin chrome pinstripe I put on there I had, and then I shot the clear on it and it crackled on me. You can kind of see, I don't know if you can see the crackling, and it kind of bummed me out, so I ended up using the chassis on a different model, and this kind of went away of the dodo. Let's look and see. We've got, just from, I don't know, this looks like an old dirt track car, Camaro. Got a bag with some, it looks like stock car glass, a die cast in here. It's falling apart, but it's just of a Camaro, and I started putting Grumpy's toy stuff on it, but it was just a gas station bought die cast. And here's some, oh, I'm glad I found this. Okay, just a quick stock car I built many years ago, but this, I don't know how many of you guys remember these. You old guys remember when AMT tried to come out with the modern downsized NASCAR race cars that came out in the 81 season, and they took a crack at it and they made these really toyish, easy snap together, just like 1, 2, 3, there's like 5 parts, and you got these stock cars. And I just kind of did a made up car there, did a Buick, but it was literally, the GM ones had 3 different noses. You could put a Buick nose, and Monte Carlo nose, and a Pontiac nose on it, and that was that. And I don't even think the back was it. It was basically generic. The rest of the body was the same, and you could make whatever you wanted. I did the Buick. But I got something to show you. What's really cool about these, I remember back in the day, you know, these things weren't worth but like $2. You get these kits. They really roll. Although this one doesn't, likes to show me I'm wrong. They really roll, and a lot of guys would drill a hole in the back. We did it one time at a model meeting years ago. Guy drilled a back. I think it was Mike Szymanski. Remember that, Greg? He drilled a hole in the back and put a rocket engine in here, and these things make great rocket cars. But another thing, these are such a durable model. I'm glad I find this because I'm going to give this to my grandson. So what we got? We got a little small scale, what's left in here, a small scale funny car, old funny car, Dodge. Pretty cool. I don't know where that came from. And there's just some miscellaneous parts down here. I guess those are pieces from that Pro Stock chassis. And in this styrofoam box here, let's see what we got. Some cool things, but there's something really special in here. There's not a lot in here, but there's something special. On that slot car body, there's the slot car drag race frame that I made. Simple slot car chassis. A little, I don't know, I was doing a Pro Street. I was kind of interested. Chopped up chassis. It looks like the old Pro Stock Thunderbird chassis was used. And I did a little bit of fog paint. Did this a long time ago. There's pieces of this thing all over the place I've been gathering up, and I'm glad I found this. But this was just a little Pro Street Mustang 2 I was doing years ago. Pretty cool. Oh, you guys see something? I'm going to do a video here pretty soon. I don't know if you can see that. Some hinges I made. I'll do a video here real soon. I'm getting it all together of how to hinge a door or a deck lid. And right there kind of shows you my working hinges. So we'll be showing that here real shortly. These were all decals at the time I made them. Now there's decals for it, but this was a Darrell Waltrip car that I did this probably in 1990, so I had to hand letter all that and use rub-on letters and stuff like that. So now I can build this car correctly, because yesterday's decals came out with a beautiful set of them years ago. There's the hood and all that from that Mustang. And here's an interesting car. This is just a Ford EXP I made into a race car that's all bashed a bit. That's kind of interesting. I never got to the engine, never really finished it. I kind of went, I went as far as I did. The hood's right here. One of the wheels down there fell off, but I used to just display it like that. Super little modified or something like that. Fenders are kind of pounded out. You see, I did my fender flaring. I had a video on doing fender flares that showed how to make them look all like rough and pounded out like that. This car is just beat. Just a beat up old race car. I actually like that. I'm gonna have to clean this up and get it up on the shelf. But this is what I want to show you guys. This is an incredibly important body here, model. None of it's left. I don't know where all the other stuff and pieces are. This is an incredibly huge, historic model car for Luka Cee. This is it. This is the one that got me started. This very model. It's not my first model car I ever built. I built a couple as a kid, but they really didn't mean that much to me. I was more into building Star Wars models, and I wasn't that big into building models when I was a kid. It wasn't my thing. When I was about 18, I wanted to build a model of my car. It wasn't even that. I wasn't even thinking about it. I was with a girlfriend. We were at a toy store at the mall to get her little sister a birthday gift. And she was looking around, and I was kind of bored and walking around looking at things. And I went into the model section in the back of the store. There was a whole hobby shop in the back of this store. You people in Phoenix that were around in the 80s, there's a place called Toys by Roy in Metro Center, if you remember that. And I was wondering, I had a 69 Cutlass S convertible. That was my first car, and I wanted to build a model of it. And I was wondering, they have to have a model of that. Well, they didn't at the time. It was long before A&T came out with that 69 442. But what they had was this monogram GTO, 69 GTO, which is kind of the same shape. It was close enough, and I don't know, I just felt like buying it. And I took it home, started putting it together, and I saw there was the set of paints from testers, and there were spray cans to spray models, and I never thought I could spray paint the model. And I got what became probably one of my favorite colors. They're sapphire blue, and I just shot this right over the plastic, and I put the decals that were provided in the kit. But this is the first model. It's broken. I love this color. The sapphire blue at Tester's done. I've tried to find a blue to replicate it because I just love this blue. This is it. This is the first one. This is the one that started Luka Cee on his model car Odyssey. This was really it. I built this and I enjoyed it so much. I went out and I got another kit, which was, I can remember this, I got the monogram 85 Trans Am, and then my next one was the monogram 69 Camaro. And I remember my first 3 models I built was this blue. I loved the blue so much I kept on buying that blue. So that's the story of Luka Cee's beginnings. This is it. This is the one that started Luka Cee. I never stopped. Never stopped building. I started, this was like 1985, and just kept on going. Alright. Well, I got one more thing I want to show you guys. This is pretty cool. Yeah, so I'm digging through my stuff, and I found this model that I built a very long time ago. Probably like in 1990 or so. And this is of a car that Joe Ruttman drove. I first saw in pictures of cars like this similar that Joe drove that year. I believe it would have been the 82 season. And I just thought it looked cool. So there were no decals available. There were some old J&J decals of these twos, but I painted the stripe. It's just a Pontiac, and I just think it was a cool looking car. These were all just from the train side of the hobby shop. I got some rub-on letters, and I just did this simple car. I have the rest of the parts that are missing here, but this is another one that is old and dirty and just needs some fixing up. some loose parts. I think I'm going to do a video. I'm actually already started and I'm working on a video to kind of resurrect this. What I was going to do with that Miller Buick that the footage ended up coming up missing. So I get to show you how I did that, or if you have some old kits that just been pummeled with dust for 20 years like this one and then thrown into a box, show you how to kind of bring these back to life. So I'm going to start playing with that. I'll bring that video to you soon. And just, let's see all the other stuff that we got around here. So basically I just got a ton of stuff to go through. There isn't any more models back there. I still have some other missing old models. I'm not sure where the heck I got them, but I went through, opened up these boxes. There's no more models. There's like some parts and some other things. I'm going to get this stuff all sorted through and up in the attic so I can get my area all set up over there so I can start building and doing some more episodes of Model Car Hobby Headquarters. And we're going to get back at it. But I want to show you one last thing we talked about. These kits that I was talking about. Let me show you here, swing over here real quick. Up here. You see these? If any of you remember, I've just got a couple left. But that one Buick that I just showed you, these were really simple kits. We used to buy them up basically to make rocket cars out of them, and the decals were good to use on monogram kits. And I pulled one of them out and threw it together. I added this one. I was actually, when I was taking the Pontiac nose on there and I was turning it into a Thunderbird. And eventually Monogram came out with a Square Bird, the early 81, 82 Square Bird. But I put this thing together. It's like a toy and it's perfect for my grandson because it's indestructible and it rolls. So he plays with that. You can see he also drags it on the roof. I had the thing in primer. And he just has a good time with it. So I'm going to get back to work on all this stuff, and that's really all I got to show you. Old RC car. Hey, look at this. I'm probably going to throw this thing away. It's really kind of useless, but I'm going to raid some wires from. Look at that. That could be used for some detail wire. The antenna. Huh. I'm going to have to look in that, tear some stuff out of there. That was suggested on a couple of my detail videos. Yeah, I do that too when I have an old busted electronic part, old computer stuff, which I've got a ton of that I found. You can kind of raid some of the gadgets and whistles and whatnots and wires and stuff, and you have some good stuff there for detail on your models. So that's that. Yeah. And a Star Wars ship. I'm going to be hanging some stuff in the ceiling, I think. I got some other cool Star Wars things. As a Star Wars fan I am, I'm going to hang those up on the ceiling. They'll be dangling behind me. When you guys are watching some of the videos, we'll get some hooks, get them up in the ceiling. What do you think? Anyways, yeah, there's my messy room. I got to get to work. It's already the end of my 2 days off. I didn't get as much done as I wanted, but, we'll get it. So there you go, guys. What do you think? Some cool stuff. I sure do thank you guys, all you guys there to, come and check in. Things are going really great. Something I wanted to lay out on you guys. We're all car guys, right? You guys build model cars, so I have to assume that you're car guys. Some of you have some hot rods you work on. Do you like watching videos that are car stuff? I know I make a few and I get a little bit of flack for it because I guess I'm a modeling channel, I understand, but I like to do stuff on my Mustang, and I'm going to do more. But there is a YouTuber that I've been watching and I really like. He's not a friend of mine. He's up there in, it's that way, up there in Canada. He's a good guy up there. He's got one of the most unique car channels to me. I really liked him. He's a younger guy, but he's into older stuff. He reminds me of us when we were hot rodding in the 80s and 90s and the stuff we could get our hands on and play with. He's getting his hands on and messing with this garbage that's beautiful. It's a cool channel, and he's just a regular guy, not building these beautiful hot rods. But I want you guys to check this out. He's called DD Speed Shop. Check him out if you haven't. And the thing that he's doing right now is he's got this 57 Chevy that he pulled out of the weeds, and he's putting it together. And he's doing this little contest to everybody who joins up. He's just going to randomly pick somebody. He's going to give this car away. When he reaches 50,000 subscribers. See, 57, so he wants to get 50,000 subscribers. So he put the word out to all his subscribers to put the word out, hey, join up. Get everybody to join and you know, go ahead and click sub over there. I put a link in the description below. But before you sub over there, sub here. We need it too. We're going up quick too. I just want to start featuring other YouTubers. It might not even be model, you know, a model car guys. You guys know all the model car guys. I want to feature other stuff that we might be interested in every once in a while. But back to subbing here, man. Speaking about subs, the subs are going up. The subscriptions, that's really cool for the channel. The channel's getting more notice, getting more traffic on it. That's what we want. That's what we need, and it's fueling me to do more and more videos. I got so many more stuff I want to do, and it's going to be able to get me to start concentrating more on this. Keep those thumbs up, likes. We dig the likes. They help out a ton. Keep talking. You know, I get a lot of great ideas. I might not be able to jump on your idea right away. It takes time to put these videos together. And I got other stuff that are priority, you know, so if you have this idea and tell me, and then 2 days later I don't put the video out, don't get mad, because there's somebody mad that I'm not just jumping up and doing the video that he wants me to do. I gotta say that. I'm not gonna say no names. You know who you are. You don't like me much. You send nasty, mean messages to me, and I don't answer them. See? But I'm reading them. That's proof. Just putting that out there. Really, you got the majority of you guys are super cool and super cool. Super supportive. I dig it. And then don't ever forget, I've got my Patreon producers, and I appreciate you guys a ton. Except you, Aaron. You I don't appreciate, but you got to know why I don't appreciate you. Yeah, so go to my Teespring, buy a shirt, buy a mug, buy a shirt. That all helps the channel out too a ton, man. That's how I'm able to get these really cool lights where you can see me better now. I'm gonna get a nicer camera to really show you some good stuff, and you know that helps out the channel. Everything that you guys, by buying those shirts and giving the Patreon, helps us build the channel, get more equipment for the channel, and do more things with the channel. Thanks a ton for your support. Glad you enjoyed the other junkyard I found. So as always, like what I always say, this is me, Luka Cee. Keep gluing those fingers together and keep cutting that styrene. And we'll see you in the next video. Whoa, that was cool, wasn't it? That wasn't even special effects. That was really my voice. Star Wars rules. Whoa. Whoa. How do I start this video? Been working, a little sweaty. The lights don't help. I got lights. It's very theatrical here. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3, go. I said what I said is like horrible. I always seem to move in the summer. I never learned. Things were going good. Holy cow. I'm sorry, I just saw something that is terrifying. If you only knew. Wow. I have this vacuum cleaner. I was moving stuff to put the lights in. I just noticed it fell into my cases over there of my models. Oh, wow. My built-ups. It didn't do anything, thank goodness. Oh, scary. Get around it. Sorry. Had a itch in the nose. It doesn't matter. I'll figure it out in editing. That's what it's all about. That's what post is for. Hold on. Choking out on peanuts I think I ate earlier. I got a refreshing non-alcoholic drink here. It really is. My blueberry glass. No, Count Chocula. Cool. Ciao. Yeah, I think that got the point.